Okay, we're good.
Huh?
We're good.
Waiting on Randy.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, empty chair.
Where you at?
Can you hear me over the speaker?
Payroll benefit claims.
You can, over the speaker?
Payroll benefit, tell Tom. Yeah.
Also, add payroll benefit.
Oh, okay.
And then I think these are additions.
Okay. Payroll benefit claim, and then,
Is that being transferred?
oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, you can hear it now, okay.
Okay, we live? We'll go ahead and start the meeting with pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. We'll start the meeting then with the approval of the agenda. There are a couple changes that I want to make. They're not ready for the personnel policy changes. That documents are not, Pam asked to remove that. The addition of the Board of Finance meeting at the end of our meeting, and Steve Howe is requested for additional appropriations and transfers, and then payroll benefit. We've transfers.
Payroll benefit claims and
Claims.
highway has transfers too.
Yeah, and then, yeah, Steve has transfers along with appropriations. I don't think that's.
Where are we gonna put Steve at in the agenda?
No, I mean, we have had that in the middle of February meeting to make that appointment then.
No, add Steve Howe additional appropriations, where are we putting,
Just additional.
you just asked about Steve Howe?
Oh, where do you put it in line?
Yeah, where are you putting it?
Oh, where are we putting it?
Yeah,
He'd
Let's
like
just put
the
it after
early.
Alvin, you all right?
Yeah, we wanted,
Okay.
yeah.
and then what was the other one? Payroll benefits?
Payroll benefit,
Yeah, that'll go under me.
Okay.
that has to be on the, regularly on the payroll distributions.
Oh, this is just our signatures for those things. Gotcha.
Right.
Or
We have to approve
secondary
the payroll
approval.
benefits separate.
Secondary
from the payroll.
approval? Secondary approval?
Yeah,
That-
that's the normal thing with the
Yeah.
State Board of Accounts, when to start doing that.
Yep. And I got two other ads, probably just put them under commissioners here. Add ARP plan change, that small wording change that we need to add in there.
Okay?
And then add keys to shelter for Harrison County. I'm making a set, I'm gonna get a set for our box, and then I'm gonna make a set for Harrison County too, so.
Okay, we'll bring that up same time with the animal shelter building maintenance.
Perfect, that's great.
Yeah, we'll bring it at the same time there. Okay,
Okay.
well, with those changes, I'll entertain a motion to
I'll make that motion, Tom,
approve the agenda.
with the changes.
Second?
All right, motion made and second. Roll call. Randy?
Aye.
Greg?
Aye.
All right. We have an agenda. Okay, first thing, Pam, go ahead.
Yeah, the first thing I have is payroll that was distributed on January the 14th for the county employees of $146,752.31. Comp time was paid out to the health department for $9,567.93, and election payout at the end of the year was for $3,000.
So approved. So motion to be approved.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made and second. Roll call. Greg?
Aye.
Randy?
Aye.
Also vote aye.
Okay, next I have is all the payroll benefits that were paid out. to all our insurances for $216,617.59.
Comments?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made, second. Vote by roll call. Randy?
Aye.
Greg?
Aye.
All right, and I vote aye. Those are also approved.
Okay, and next is I have minutes that were mailed to you guys for your review of November 1st, November 10th, and November 16th. And I did get, Greg, I got your one change and already took care of that.
Should be two, right? One was minor though, 501 versus.
Yes, that one I took
Right.
care of.
Okay, and then there was a second change
Okay, I
to,
tried to look through my minutes real quick, so I'll have to go back and check that one.
yeah,
Okay. I'll get that one done.
yeah. There was a change to each one of them, sorry, is what there was. So there should be, you should have gotten a total of 3.
Okay.
Was the changes made in this set of?
It was for the November 1st, and then I'll get the November 16th one changed.
Okay, so we approving the November 1st meeting, is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
Approve
and
the
then we'll-
minutes or,
Yeah, let's do the 1st and then the 10th and the 16th we'll do next time, so.
okay. Is that your motion?
Yes.
Okay.
Second that motion.
Motion made and second. Vote by roll call. Greg?
Aye.
Randy?
Aye.
Okay, motion made and second carried 3-0 to approve November 1st and to table the rest of them until
Table the others.
they are modified or corrected.
And that's all I have.
Okay, next, Alvin?
Affidavit for payment out of TIF number 3, 2021 bond issue. It's a total amount of $61,240. It's for mitigation work on $3,450 of it is for mitigation at work at inspection at for the at Riverview Industrial Park. $15,315 is a annual fee for Cash Wagner from for the Schweitzer Road mitigation, and $42,475 is for the annual monitoring and mitigation work for the Industrial Park South for Cash Wagner. So total of $61,240.
Any questions on that?
It's all other approved projects by the RDC and mitigation, so.
Yes,
Any
it's
questions
all
from me?
approved in the TIF bond issue 2021.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and second. Vote by roll call. Randy?
Aye.
Great.
Aye.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Alan.
Next on the agenda, let's go ahead and move Steve Howell.
I just have a couple of additional appropriations out of Cume Bridge. One of them's $42,450. This is for the bridge out here on 21st Street that we're going to replace this year. And the other one is $2,700. That's, I think we talked about that before, where they had to reformulate the figures on 9 of the bridges on the way they did the weight ordinance. Federal Highway and NDOT didn't agree on the formula that was used.
This was when we were admitting the bridge inspection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any questions or comments, Greg or Randy? See where we're going with this?
No, thank you for forwarding all those documents to me.
Sounds good. So, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and second. Vote by roll call. Randy?
Aye.
Greg?
Aye.
And also vote aye. Motion made, second carried, 3-0.
Thank you. Also wanted to mention you guys that got the community crossings application submitted last week. I don't know when we'll hear back from them, but on the estimates, the price of paving went from $89,000 a mile to $161,000 a mile. So we had to take some roads off the list, but
Wow.
Big.
89 to what?
to $161,000 a mile,
Double.
almost double. That's based on the oil prices, they said. So maybe when they do usually when they do the actual bidding, it's less than what their estimates are. I'm hoping it's quite a bit less again, but
we'll see then
We
Yeah.
almost had to take half the miles off, didn't we?
Yeah,
on paving.
and, I mean, we might not get draws or anything this year. But if we do, we'll do the best we can, with
Mhm.
what we can get,
Out of your control.
yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Let's see, next on the agenda is commissioners and Animal Control and Education Board appointment. We did get, I've gotten those from Chris Kaufman about the legalities of it.
I think he sent it to myself also. I think he sent it to you too, Greg.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
What I would like to do with this, since I was the one tabled it for legal advice to look over the ordinance, I'd like to table it again till the next meeting, till Chris is here, to have him explain it, if we got any questions from us as commissioners and the crowd.
It'd be the same time we make the other appointments.
Yeah.
So
Well,
February.
in February meeting, yeah.
Yeah, February 4th or whatever it is. Yeah. Is it 4th?
So that's my motion.
I'd have to look back on the other appointments, but
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
wants to add it to
Yeah.
I thought the second meeting was,
Oh, that's right, you're right. The other appointments are the second meeting. Yeah.
right,
I just know that it was in February. but
Yeah.
the first one when Chris will be here.
Be here.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's
fine.
when we need to address this one, I think.
Okay, so you make that a motion?
Yeah.
Greg?
I'm all right with that.
Okay. Motion made to table it until our attorney is here to address legal, and vote by roll call. Randy?
Aye.
Greg?
Aye.
And also vote aye.
It's,
So table.
it's good just to make sure that we have Ts crossed and Is dotted, so.
Exactly.
And there's gonna be questions
Okay
that
with that.
maybe we can't answer legally, so that's the reason I'm pushing for Chris to be here.
I understand.
Okay, and we'll do the ARP thing next, Greg? Or you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Mhm.
The ARP plan, basically in there, it was one line that needed to be changed. Page 4, section 1A, it said, "The county will establish a grant program to nonprofits in certain areas as approved by the county." It really should have said to nonprofits and small businesses. I missed that when we did our first reading of it, so apologize for that.
All right, so Chris will have to prepare documents to change that.
He has and sent them to us.
Okay.
We just have to sign them at this point, so he's made this minor change to that as well, so.
Mhm. And I saw that. Are we ready to take that action today? I don't see a
Yeah.
reason why not.
Yeah, it's approved by the ARP committee, so there's no reason why we
Then
can't.
the ARP committee can move forward on the 27th.
Yep.
Okay. Are you making that as a motion?
That is a motion to change the wording in that section. The county will establish a grant program to nonprofits and small businesses in certain areas as approved by the county.
Okay,
I'll second that motion.
okay, motion made and second. Vote by roll call. Greg?
Aye.
Randy?
Aye.
Motion made, second carried, 3-0. Also vote aye. Next thing is approval of transfer request for animal shelter building maintenance. All right, and that request is made by,
There were, I'm trying to think, what was it?
was it the heater?
Is it building maintenance, Pam? Or is it animal? Excuse me, I've been out for a little bit. I've got on here for the Harrison County charges, so it wouldn't be building maintenance, but I think that was something else that was brought up, wasn't it? That we don't have a line item for building maintenance at the shelter? Which one do you have, Pam?
That's
The
the
same
one I
one?
have, yeah. Yeah, because there was some things at the one meeting.
And we need also for animal control services, right?
Right, and I think Greg's gonna bring that up,
I
right, Greg?
thought Animal Control Services was
Did we
already
already
taken
do
care
animal
of.
control services?
Okay.
We already approved that.
Did you already approve that?
Yeah,
Okay,
transfer
so
that.
this is for building maintenance. There was something with the heating or something that was going on at the building that,
Greg called me, Greg Hendershot.
yeah, okay,
And asked about buying a heater to keep the,
right,
That's
that's
what it
it.
was.
Yes,
Right.
okay.
so that doesn't fall under just general,
There is no general, I mean, under
County
the,
General maintenance.
under the animal shelter and county
For-
general,
even for county?
No, because see, this, where we've been taking this is 35,000 was strictly contract.
Yeah.
And you've only done like animal control
No,
services.
I'm talking about county building maintenance in general.
Yeah, not in this department, there wasn't.
Okay.
No, because it's strictly only done as contract. You guys have transferred some out for animal control services, but nothing for like building maintenance for anything else that needs to be done as far as the building.
Okay.
So each
We have-
building,
We
Have
have
to
a
have
courthouse
its own
building maintenance
building
account
maintenance.
under courthouse that covers
contract.
things for the other county buildings.
Armory
but I'm not
Annex,
sure
Annex
that we want
out.
to include the animal
Teresa
shelter building.
Freewell takes, I mean, in the commissioner's budget, I think takes care of a lot of the maintenance for some of that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I think what Tom was getting at, wasn't he, Tom?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was talking about courthouse building maintenance, and I don't know if you want to take that building and include that under courthouse building maintenance?
I mean, it's what the other two want to do, but I think it's going to be pretty minor expenses, and we can have another line item for that.
I would keep
But we
them
have a
separate.
department for animal shelter, so I don't know.
I mean, you're talking about combining the two and using the same line item?
Either taking the building maintenance out of the courthouse maintenance or creating its own line item
Yeah.
for that animal shelter, I think is what the question is.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, if you put them together or keep them separate. I mean, I would keep them separate. I mean, I would.
And that's kind of the reason why I think we were doing the transfer, since that
Yeah.
set up its own department, so we kind of knew what was all was the animal shelter and
Yeah.
keeping it, because we've done everything else separate as far as all the expenses.
Well, how much are you proposing that we?
We don't know, that's what
That's
we're
what
leaving it open
we
for,
didn't even know
because
how
we
much
don't
the heater
know.
was or anything,
It was,
so.
it was.
Oh, he hasn't turned that?
Nothing.
I mean, he's talking about less than $50.
Yeah.
Tom, there was two other items that I talked to Greg about, and he actually, I think he discussed with you. One was that tree that could come over on the building that you'd like
Mhm.
to take down. And the second was that gutter that David had said that he would, if he could find material, he'd do it for free, but he was waiting for you to make a decision on that piece of gutter.
I think there's- I think
Oh,
that's
I
being
haven't-
looked at, the gutters part's being looked at,
I haven't heard
from my
that
understanding.
yet. So maybe we ought to put something in a fund.
Oh, I don't have a problem putting, the other is the boiler itself, that really actually needs to be fixed too, because that's just something that's gonna have to be fixed eventually anyway, so.
I think it should be fixed, but do we wait for the new operator to see, I mean, or do we have a good solid?
Who knows when that's gonna be, and I mean,
Yeah, I mean, right now, we're maintaining
Right.
as is, and, I mean, I don't care, I mean, whatever the rest of you think that,
that money's gonna go to whoever's gonna operate it anyway, and they're gonna have to have a boiler or something to heat that general area anyway, so.
And that money can't be spent anywhere else.
no, but is that the best option to
Well, I mean-
repair that one or put in a different unit? I don't know.
I'm not making the decision of what we do now, I'm just saying that's gonna be another future expense. It may be another option that is cheaper or more expensive or whatever, I have no idea at this point, but I don't mind putting some money into a line item for that, so that we've got it sitting there.
How much you think?
I don't know, $5,000, just so that we've got it, I mean, it's not like
It's a lot.
we're not creating money, we're just
You're just moving it around.
moving it
We
around.
can always move it back.
Yes,
You want to make that as a motion?
I'll make that as a motion. 5K to make it into the animal shelter building maintenance.
Okay.
Still under our control, we'd have to approve anything that comes out of it, right? So,
I believe we do.
No, I think it
think
goes
When you
with
approve the
in there.
claims, I mean, you'll see what comes out of it
Yeah,
with the
it goes
claim.
straight to the account, you know.
Yeah.
It-
And out of, nothing other than courtesy will be shared with each one of us.
right,
Mhm.
yeah. Won't be spent basically without us knowing it's the
Right,
main thing.
it won't be. So Greg made the motion to put 5,000 in
The description, Pam, is wrong.
I'll second that motion.
okay?
The description is wrong.
Are we
Down
clear?
here.
The explanation is
Yeah.
not right.
Did you have anything to add, Herb?
That's what was throwing me off.
Yeah, the tree was $400 bid, you should have that already. The bowler, they had a price when they shut down. Greg was supposed to get you all a bid on that tree, that was $400 to cut in.
Mm-hmm.
The bowler was $675 when they shut down, so I'm sure it's a little more now.
Herbie, can you come up here?
Yeah,
Sorry.
you don't care, I'm sorry.
The outside world can't hear you, I'm sure.
I talked to Greg after the last commissioner meeting.
Hendershot?
Yep, and he had a bid of $400 to cut that tree. He was supposed to submit that to you guys. Okay. And the boiler, whenever they shut down, was $678, something like that, to replace it. That's to heat the water in the floor. And as far as picking up a heater, that money should be able to be used. It's actually, if you go back and review the agreement where Steve Luckner and them turned it over, that fund is for animal care, welfare, housing, and the maintenance of the building, because that was part of their contract. And I agree with Greg. I think you ought to keep that maintenance separate. You can use the money out of there, but when you do a contract with somebody else, it'll be up to them
Yeah.
to take care of the maintenance as part of their agreement.
Yep.
But you should be sufficient to use that money without transferring it, because it is part of the maintenance to keep that place up, to take care of the animals.
I rely on Pam on that.
That's
The
not
same
the same
fund.
fund. Because what he's talking about is the other fund where we're still putting the rent money that came from all the
We're-
last shelter.
you're talking about the 35 grand.
This is the 35,000 that was budgeted where you
For
guys
that.
have been doing the transfers from.
Okay.
So this is a different pot than that one.
Yeah, that's why we need the extra line item.
Exactly.
So which fund do you want to, you think?
I
they'll
would
take
do it out of the 35, because I mean, that's money that they're gonna spend on the building when they take it over anyway, is what I would do, so.
Okay, so that's your.
That's still my motion. The existing motion is still the same motion.
Okay.
Okay,
I realize that that was where it was coming from. It may not have been clear, but it is now.
Well, that's what I thought you was talking about, out of the other, I didn't know, transfer, but,
It's-
No worries.
yep, so that should be good too.
Yeah.
Anything else?
My motion stands as second too.
okay, motion made, second. Vote by roll call, Greg?
Aye.
Randy?
Aye.
And also vote aye. We'll create a new line item, basically, right?
Yes.
All right. Under miscellaneous, Julie, you asked to speak,
Yes,
and out of respect for everybody, if you could keep it to 4 minutes, would be
I will
great.
try, but I also brought copies of my letter so I can give you all. You got it up there.
Thank you.
Mr. Hauser.
Thank you.
Thank you. To the Perry County Commissioners, I am a member of the Animal Welfare Control and Education Board, also known as ACC. Animal care and control is defined in the Animal Control Ordinance on page 2 in section 1, number 7 under definitions. I attended the meeting on Tuesday, January 4th, and have a few comments that I would like to read to the Commissioners and to let the public be aware of this as well. First, I want to ask the Commissioners and anyone from the public here if they are aware of what the Animal Control Board has done since 2018. Sorry, I get a little nervous standing up in front of public. I started my position on the Animal Control Board in March of 2017 to fulfill a position left vacant when that member resigned. Herbie Landers was also fulfilling a term left vacant at the same time. I was then appointed in 2019 by the City of Tell City when that term expired to my first 4-year term on the board. I saw the good potential that this board was making and is still making. Herbie was appointed to his first 4-year term at the same time. Since the time I was appointed, I have seen this board make so much progress, even with all the opposition and backlash that this board has faced for the last 4 or 5 years. In late 2017 or early 2018, the board started getting animal CADs from the police department and started keeping track, either in 2018 or 2019, in a spreadsheet of all CADs, and that way could keep track of repeat offenders, if citations were issued, and if vaccinations of said animals were asked for. Since then, these CAD reports are also being kept track of as to where the event took place, so we could keep track of where most of the calls on animals take place. The board has worked with the 3 police departments and the sheriff department of this county and have made progress in the issuing of citations for dogs running loose and just basically enforcing the ordinance as best as they can. This board has been involved ever since the animal shelter has decided to shut its door to try and get another group to come here and run a shelter for Perry County. In 2020, due to COVID, things became more difficult in this aspect, but talks still took place and have continued to this day. Since the first holdup had to do with not enough vets in this county, Herbie Landers has been in contact with Senator Aaron Houchins and others to try and see what can be done for our county as far as getting another vet here. Mr. Landers has also worked on a preliminary budget for what it would take to run a shelter, but not just to get it open, but to keep it running for hopefully many, many years to come. In 2018 and again in 2019, the board decided to take the education part of our responsibility to task. We were able to have the pet education program held at the 3 county schools for the children in August of each of those years. This program was a huge success and the children loved it. A few of the commissioners and Ms. Cannonberg herself attended these programs. We would have loved to have been able to continue this program, but due to COVID, we have not been able to. Herbie Landers and I took time off of work to be at the schools and help with the program both years. I must also give credit and a huge shout out to Herbie's wife, Debbie, who is always there to help with anything that she can. This is something that this board has not given up on and will continue to try and have this every year. Education is one of the most important parts about animal welfare to me. Teach our children when they are young, we felt would help, and hopefully that the children would take these lessons with them when they become adults and advocates for the animals themselves. In 2020, since we were not able to have the PEP program due to COVID, the board felt like we needed to help in another way. We took the money that was budgeted to us and bought microchip scanners and presented them at one of our board meetings to each police department and the sheriff's department as well. And I forgot to mention the health department. Kim Robertson was also issued one. This would enable the officer or herself that was called to about a stray animal to check for a chip at the same time and hopefully reunite the animal with its owner as soon as possible. In 2021, the board started researching other ways that revenue could be made to help fund the shelter if a group were to come and run it. I am sure this would not have this would have resulted in negativity from members of the public, but our job as a board is not to do something that will please a group or the public, but to try and do what we feel is in the best interest for the animals. In 2021, since we were not able to have the PEP program again due to COVID, the board decided to use the money that we were budgeted to buy bite gloves and catch poles for the police and sheriff departments to have in the case they needed to try and catch an animal. I'm not sure if those have been out yet, but they will be. They are bite gloves and 4-foot catch poles that extend to 7 foot. Mr. Herbie Landers, chair for the Animal Control Board, has went out of his way many, many times to go above and beyond what the scope of his duties are on this board. Just to name a few, he has been involved in at least 3 cat hoarding situations since July of 2021, where he has helped trap and transport at least 63 cats, in one case alone in Troy in November or December. Another one was from Cannleton in August, where there were cats that were left behind in a house when the renters moved out and left all those cats behind in a house with no electricity, food, or water. In July, at least 13 cats, I could be wrong on the numbers, at least 13 cats were trapped from a residence in Tell City where the owner had died. These cats were monitored for 3 months by Herbie and myself and his wife until we were able to trap and get them to a vet. There have been many, many times that Herbie has been called to pick up a stray as well, such as when a citizen called the Animal Welfare Group to help and was told to call Herbie Landers, which is documented on the police CAD reports. These are just a few of the things that need to be recognized, but as a board we do not feel the need to be recognized for the efforts that this board and one particular individual has made. This board does what needs to be done for the welfare of the animals and not the recognition. In the time that I have been on the Animal Control Board, there have only been 3 or 4 meetings I can recall that anyone from the public has attended. One was in 2017 or 2018 when 10 or so members of the public came in. September, October 21, 1 member of the public showed up with a concern they had, and the board did do research on the matter brought. At our last meeting on December 21st, Mr. Jim Carter attended our meeting. There may have been 1 or 2 more times that I have forgotten. We welcome anyone to attend our meetings and offer their suggestions. We are there to listen and to help. So we welcome anyone to attend our meetings, and as I would hope that we all have the same goal, and that goal is to help the animals first and foremost and get a shelter here that this county so desperately needs. Last thought, in 2017 when Herbie and I stepped up to the plate to take over members' positions that became vacant due to those board members resigning, we did not have much to go on at all. When Charles Aders, the animal welfare recommendation place on the board, became vacant, the Humane Society recommended to the commissioners for appointment Shannon Sturgeon, who still remains at this time. Her position is the one that is up for reappointment. We had a board member, Scott Whitehead, that passed away, and Adam Fisher was appointed to fulfill his position. He was just reappointed at the last commissioners' meeting on January 4th. When Deanna Lima passed away, her position was appointed by the City of Cannleton to Jordan Fulkerson. She was not able to fulfill her position due to family matters and resigned, so the City of Cannleton made another appointment to Alicia Riley. The progress that this board has made since 2018 is amazing. This board is underappreciated from members of the public. All that some want to do is bash this board and you, the commissioners, for failure to do anything as far as animals are concerned in their eyes. But the public does not know everything that has been done to try and get a shelter. But if they are that displeased with what this board is doing, then why do they not come to the meetings and make their feelings known? Meetings are the third Tuesday of the month at 6 p.m. at the depot at 333 7th Street. They are open to the public. Now and finally, as a citizen of Perry County, I attended the commissioners' meeting mentioned above. At the reorganization meeting held that day, when it came time for the appointment to be made by the commissioners for a member from an animal welfare organization to the ACC by the commissioners, Commissioner Greg Jarble brought up a piece of Section 8, which I have brought. It says in here Mr. Carter brought it up, but you brought it up for the commissioners' attention.
No, he brought it up and I asked to see what he was reading.
Okay, so let me
So that's
finish.
been cleared.
Okay, I will finish, and then we can clarify it if you like. Brought up a piece of Section 4, which I have made copies if you would like one, from the Animal Control Ordinance after Jim Carter mentioned it. Does that clarify that?
There you go.
Thank you. Commissioner Jarba wanted it brought to the other commissioners' attention. When the county attorney recommended that this appointment be tabled until further research could be made, said Commissioner Greg Jarbo did not want it tabled and voted not to table.
Correct.
I asked why a commissioner that brought something up would not want it researched and clarified even after the candidate that he supported said he did not have a problem with the commissioners tabling it. Is that correct, Mr. Carter?
I would have to go back and look.
I watched the meeting 3 or 4 times, okay? I also wonder why Commissioner Greg Jarbo was apparently not familiar with the Animal Control Ordinance himself. Did he
Actually,
not
that's-
know? Can I
actually-
finish and then you can question me?
Well, I will correct what you're saying wrong about a meeting, because it is wrong, because he actually said, are you aware of the ordinance? And I said, if you look at the meeting, I'll get you the timestamp. I said, are you talking about the 30-day?
I've read the meeting. That's brought up in here, okay?
Yeah,
All right.
which means that I do know the ordinance. I did read that
Okay,
section.
so then let me finish my reading and then we can agree to disagree. Did he not know that the commissioners themselves were the ones that made the appointment, which was clearly mentioned in the first paragraph of Section 4? These are questions that I had.
Never argued it.
Or was Commissioner Jarbo just pointing out the one part that mentioned the 30 days notice? Does that clarify what you were asking me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I asked basically about the 30-day
Okay,
notice.
if that was the case, he should have been aware that not only did Mr. Carter apply within the 30-day period, but so did the current board member, Shannon Sturgeon. Her letter asking to be reappointed was dated November the 29th. Both of the candidates that had a motion made for them by the commissioners, Shannon Sturgeon and Jim Carter, did meet that requirement. I am not sure when Tanya Rankin filed her letter of interest. I don't know. I want to say I, as a citizen of Perry County, I was disappointed and ashamed of you, Mr. Commissioner Greg Jarbo, for not having the best interest of the county at stake when you voted no to table this when you are the one that brought it up. I would like to thank the commissioners that did vote to table this matter because it was a responsible and right thing to do. And I would like to commend you today for also agreeing to table it again until Mr. Goffnett, the attorney, could be here. I understand that with all the ordinances that Perry County has, that the commissioners and the county attorney himself would not know everything that is in every ordinance. I do believe that anyone would be in the same situation. Thank you for letting me have my voice heard.
Thank you.
Only comment I have to make is the appointment that you were appointed. This isn't a debate.
Okay.
Is one day after the spade, Fix the Stray was actually incorporated. So the Fix the Stray was incorporated on the 28th of December, and then on the 29th, we received your letter from Fix the Stray.
Okay.
To
Can I
the letter of the-
clarify
To the letter of
something?
the law, you did meet it, but that does seem a little weird.
Let me get my animal control ordinance here. Very much. I've been thinking about this for a while. Page 17. I think it's page 90 in y'all's ordinance. Someone told me it was page 90, so I'm not sure what it is on the county. Now bring up again what it was you said.
The entity.
Okay. It says one member from a Perry County Animal Welfare Organization and one member from the Perry County Ag Animal Organization. Each such organization may recommend a board member or member of the public for the commissioner's consideration. Does that answer what you're asking me?
There was no question. To the letter of the law, you met it, but it's really interesting to me that Fix the Stray was incorporated a day before your appointment, or your recommendation.
This says that each organization may recommend a board. It doesn't say that they have to. Shannon Sturgeon met the 30-day requirement, as Mr. Carter did.
I'm not disagreeing with that, ma'am. I'm saying that the organization that recommended her was organized and created a day before the
Fix the Stray has actually been doing business, not business, but fixing strays, trapping and fixing
Absolutely.
strays for a while. And
But it wasn't incorporated until 12.
Well, I understand that, but a person that's being considered for this position does not have to be recommended by an organization. It says can be recommended by an organization. It does not say it has to be.
So then Tanya's is actually valid too
It
then.
says maybe. It says maybe.
That's correct. Tanya Rankin, if she fulfilled the 30-day requirement, as Mr. Carter brought up at the last meeting, then she should be considered as well. I'm not against
She
any
will.
of these. That's good.
She
She
will.
would make a good board member as well.
I just have a question though. If you guys are so apt to work with the public and everybody come to your meetings and this and that and other, why is it so hard to have someone new on your board versus someone you've already had?
I would like to know why this became so political this year. Pets over politics. This is not politics at all.
It's not political at all.
Well, it got turned into political when the members of the public behind keyboards started bashing
I
the
think the
commissioners
places are
and
nice.
our board. So I read my letter, that's all I want to say.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I wanted to say.
we did give you a chance to
Yes, you
speak.
did, thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes,
I have a question.
please come up.
Yes. The board members that are on this board,
Mhm.
you said you were appointed by the city of Tell City?
Yes, I am, and then according
And where
to
do you
the
live?
ordinance- According to the ordinance, it states, for the city of Tell City's appointment, who does make that appointment, page 17 again, and the appointment made by the city of Hamilton. Word for word, one member shall be appointed by the Tell City City Council as an at-large member who is a Perry County resident chosen by a majority of the city council. One member shall be appointed by the Hamilton City Council as an at-large member
From us.
who is a Perry County resident chosen by a majority of the city council. It does not say that they have to be a resident of the city.
Is there any of the positions that have to be living in these cities?
No,
So then everybody's at large?
no.
Other than the
Two members have
organizations.
to be a member of an animal organization. One is an animal welfare organization, one is the ag animal organization.
Okay.
One member is appointed by the Perry County Council, and he has to be a member, that candidate has to be a member of an animal supporting organization. And then the city of Tell City and the city of Pendleton. That comprises your 5 board members.
Okay. Everybody else?
Would you like to comment, Jim?
And the fact that she commented for 12 minutes, I'll probably try to keep it within 4, okay?
Jim, out of all due respect, we don't time you either.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Go ahead, speak
Well,
your piece.
Well, anyway, the first thing that I want to is thank you for speaking. I think it was important that you spoke, and I'm listening to.
I'm trying to get more involved, like you said.
Right. Actually, in fact, it's in this letter. One of the problems I've got from the very beginning of this, and I'm going to read. I've got first question. I've got 2 questions to ask.
Can I ask you a question real
Sure.
quick? Is this illegal? If this is, can we do this when Chris is here?
Well, you can do part of it, but right. Well, I'm going to make an
Okay.
address just
Okay,
like
that's
that. And my only question is I've got 2 questions. One is on the 4th, I gave you this piece of paper.
Mhm.
Okay, and on there it says, the organization that made the appointment. Now, I'm assuming that you consider the organization the commissioners, correct? Yes?
That is what's defined in the ordinance.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
'cause
that's
there is the
that's my
organization that makes the
agreement too.
appointment.
Okay, I just want to know, number 1, that you agreed. That means the commissioners. Number 2, on the 4th, when they were stating the people that were being nominated, you stated that Shannon was a member of the Humane Society. Okay, you stated that. Okay, as the appointment. You didn't make the appointment as you stated on the record, and you can go listen. It says you had appointments, and this is the qualifications, and that Shannon was a member of the Humane Society. Okay, and that's all I want to know. You stated that, correct?
If
It's in
I
the
have-
record.
If it's documented, I have
Yeah.
documentation that
Okay.
she's a member.
So my question is the appointment of Shannon Sturgeon, is the organization the Humane Society or Fix a Stray? Which was, to make it legal, I want to know, was that appointment made from the organization of Fix a Stray, or was that appointment made from the Humane Society?
At the time that Shannon submitted her letter, it was within the 30 days, so
I'm-
at
I'm-
that time, what
But
she
it
sent
I
was,
think the key word there is appointment. There was no appointment, it was basically
yeah,
a
it wasn't based
nomination.
on the organization, it was
It
just
was a
on an
nomination.
animal welfare.
Okay, but what's the answer? I still, but this is important, I just need to know, because I've got to go back and review this. What is the appointment that they're going to approach? Was it from Fix a Stray, or was it from the Humane Society? Please give me the answer to that.
Appointed by the Humane Society to the Commissioners in 2018. That's the history of the appointment.
No. We're,
2019, maybe.
no, I'm just asking a question. This appointment that she reviewed, she obviously was, I make mistakes all the time, but she absolutely said on record that that Shannon was a member of the Humane Society. That appointment was assumed by everybody in the public that appointment was the Humane Society appointment, okay? Now, if it was, then I want to know right now, if it's from, I have no problem, just give me an answer. Is the appointment from Fix a Stray or,
The nomination that we received was from Fix the Strike.
okay,
The nomination, the letter that Shannon sent was from herself asking to be reappointed.
That wasn't,
okay.
That was not a
That was just a letter of
recommendation from
recommendation
anyone at
from
that
Fix
time.
a
Well, okay, but here's the point.
Member of the Humane Society.
Here's the point.
You received a letter from Shannon, though.
I received an email from Shannon on November 30th, and I did respond back to her to clarify her membership, and she sent me a copy of her Humane Society membership,
Correct.
because you have to be a member of an animal welfare organization.
There is the key. And I just want you to remember that, because later on, and I would like to have permission. In fact, there is a way to solve this problem here, and I would like to talk to Chris, myself, and I think we can resolve a problem and everybody be happy. But I don't want to go through that now, because you said we're going to go through legal problems. I want to make everybody happy here. But here's the problem. Here's the problem that commissioners have. And I'm going to read this portion, okay? It says, in November of 2021, the Board of Directors of the Humane Society of Perry County nominated me, James Carter, even though it says an appointment on the thing, to the Perry County Animal Control Board.
That nomination was handed to the county administrator on November 16, 2021 at the commissioners meeting, stated, okay, there was no appointment notice on that agenda as was required by the animal control ordinance. And the reason why I'm saying that is unless they had a special meeting by the first week of December because the commissioners failed to appoint successors to the board in the time limit stated. They failed to exercise their duty per OC 11-7, Article 4, Paragraph D of the ordinance. In other words, and I'm not, everybody's, like I said, I'm human, you're human, everybody makes mistakes. But it says at least 30 days before the expiration of a member of the board, the organization, and you just now stated, was the commissioners, that made the, or shall appoint, and I said, you make it within, you already have to make that appointment. Not later. You had to make that appointment 30 days before. You, commissioners.
Shall make it. Shall make it.
Yes, and that doesn't say may, it says shall.
Right, okay, that's a.
And I know exactly what's going to, so that's the reason I've got a whole thing to explain to you that, first of all, if she was to be a appointment from the Humane Society, she is not a member of the Humane Society today, because her membership is being reviewed, okay?
Oh, that's wonderful.
Hey,
That's wonderful. That's why these two groups cannot get along.
Okay, but
Out of respect,
I know,
there's some legal questions.
yeah, I got a lot of questions, so I would like to have permission from the commissioners to talk to your council and make it, and come up with a solution before it gets out of hand.
Joe,
Because,
if you want to know why I didn't want to table it, this is why, because this is getting out of hand. I wanted to
Yeah, it sure
finish it. I wanted to finish it that night so it would be done. If you want to know why I didn't table it, that's the reason why.
Has
So-
to be reappointed on her own. She does not need a recommendation from an animal welfare organization. The ordinance says
Yep.
an animal welfare organization may make a recommendation to the commissioners. It does not say that they have to.
I'm not arguing that legally right now. All I'm asking is that I would like to have permission from the commissioners to talk to your council to resolve this problem without actually going any farther, because it could get way worse than this. The public's listening to this, and I'm asking to talk to your council, and he's going to have, and legally, and I think we can solve this before we go any farther. So I'm asking permission to be able to talk to the council, and I think we can come up with a solution, and in fact, I have no problems. I know you're not acting as a commissioners, but anybody's being there in that meeting, because I got some questions to ask, and I think we will resolve it, and I think everybody can be, it could be a win-win situation, okay?
If you're asking to be able to talk to Chris, I don't have a problem with that.
No.
I think we can decide this at the next meeting. Chris will be here.
As long as you, like I said, I'd like to talk to him ahead of time, because to give him heads up on what there's information that he doesn't know, there's information the public doesn't know, and I would rather not actually put dirty laundry out in the public. And I'd rather, for the sake of the county and the commissioners and me and everybody else, I'd like to talk to him and then and have him review what I'm going to say. Is that okay with that?
I have no problem with it. No problem with it.
I don't either, Randy, do you?
He can do what he wants to do.
Okay, do we
Okay.
need a motion?
I mean, Chris,
There's nothing to vote on here. I mean, it's just.
No, I just, like I said, and I do respect for everybody.
Chris, I'm sorry. Jim, if you want to talk to Chris, yeah, go for it.
And there is reasons why the Board of Directors stopped the position of being a member. There is an absolute reason, and you when you hear it, you'd understand. So, anyway, thank you very much.
Okay, you can talk, yeah,
Yes, it is.
okay. All right, nobody else, we've got to adjourn this meeting and then open the meeting to
Board of Finance.
Board of Finance. So I'll entertain a motion to do that. To adjourn this meeting and open the Board of Finance.
Second.
Motion made and second. Roll call, Randy? Great,
Aye.
okay. Amanda?
Good morning. Friday, I believe afternoon, I emailed the commissioners, the Board of Finance, all the amounts and the banks that we have. And do you guys have any questions for me? And I also emailed you, the policy.
I do not. I've done this. Greg, do you
Do
have
we need
any
to form the
questions?
board first?
I'm sorry?
The board first?
We have to do the real.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sorry.
Reorganization first?
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yes.
All right, and typically the.
So who recessed the meeting?
Hmm?
So we recessed the Board of Commissioners meeting, we opened up the Board of Finance.
Which we have.
Okay, now we need to vote the president.
President.
Is it usually the president or is it?
Well, Ian.
Last time, yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Well,
But
I
I
don't
mean-
like Tom.
Second.
President.
Too late for me.
Got you, didn't we?
We had, we had a plan the whole time, no, I was
Roll
kidding.
call. Greg?
Aye.
Randy?
Aye.
Okay. I will vote aye.
Virtue of office.
Thanks. Unfortunately, we only earned a total of interest with the rates being low time of $21,025.28 was all that was earned last year in 2021, unfortunately. I know the previous year was 57,000, which is, obviously quite a bit of a difference, but we can't, that's out of control,
What does it do, but just by the interest rate's lower?
Yes.
Right, so,
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's everywhere.
Yeah.
And you also want to request to remove the $5, there was.
Hoosier
there was some
Hills,
interruption. I couldn't hear you.
yes, that's okay. I am also requesting we close Hoosier Hills Credit Union and move the $575 to the general funds account, because we, opened that account up to pay for a county vehicle. Is that right, Pam?
Okay.
Yes,
And at $5.75.
to be moved to the general fund account.
Member fees.
Okay, we entertain a motion to close it.
Opening the savings account.
Do you have any,
Do we ever want to keep that, but that's a membership, right, through Hoosier
That's what I
Hills?
was asking.
Well-
Don't we have to?
I don't know if it's a membership. Have you actually checked on it?
It's always a $5 membership
Yeah.
for Hoosier Hills Credit Union. with-
Because I know like they have you to do that to, more or less to start a savings account. So that way you
Yeah,
can
Right.
do
And that's
anything
part of
there.
their membership, versus a co-op bank versus, or a credit union versus a regular
Regular
bank.
bank.
Right.
I'm just saying if we'd ever want to have bids with them with another vehicle or a piece of equipment or something, we want them to bid also.
The only thing you'd have to do is you'd have to reopen it.
Reopen it.
I just wonder, should we just keep it and pay it and they'll be ready to bid when they need to be? I mean, I'm not sure.
I don't
Okay.
remember what it went, I don't remember what aspects you had to go through the last time with the $5.
It's
Right,
fairly easy.
Right now,
Yeah.
we're only talking about leaving $5.75 in there, as opposed to if we close that, then we'll have to spend another $5 to allow
Right.
them
Right.
to bid on future financing. So I see Randy's point that,
I don't have a problem keeping it open. I mean, if that's all you're doing is just keeping $5 in there to keep it.
Yeah.
I think we should
open. There
because,
isn't a fee other than that, is there?
No, $5 was for opening the account and 75 cents was left over when they paid off the vehicle,
Yeah.
is what that's
and to
from.
make it fair to allow Hoosier Hills to compete in the financing,
Mm-hmm,
then, I mean, I think the $5.75 is,
yeah.
it's still ours.
Correct. It was just, the only reason we're switching to Lao in the system, and we're just trying to clean things up that has, is not being actively used.
Gotcha.
That is the only thought process.
Gotcha.
it's in there, like Tom said, and it's not an expense every year. We
Mhm.
have to pay the $5 to keep it active. I mean, we can do either, I mean, but
I just keep it in there to myself, to tell you the truth. I mean,
Okay, that's fine. We have no problem. It's just a matter of fact of just cleaning up
Yeah.
things that's left open. It's not active. That's the only
You know,
Make a
reason.
motion to that since this is
I mean,
like
you
a
can
Board
get
of
the
Finance thing.
75 cents out, and then all it takes is $5 to be a member,
Yeah,
and hold it in there.
Right, but
I mean,
what's,
that's, I mean, if you want to.
leave the 575, yeah.
You
I
want to
think
make
it
it
was-
a motion?
I don't think we need a motion because there's no action. We're leaving it as.
Leaving it the
as
same,
is, So
yeah.
there is no motion.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine.
Any other actions?
Any questions?
Mhm.
If there's no other actions, and we've been given a report
Mm-hmm.
in writing, and this will be made available to the public if
Yes,
someone requests.
absolutely. I got
Any other
copies, but
business?
everybody's gone, so.
Any other business?
That's it.
Okay.
Make a motion, the finance committee be adjourned.
Second.
Okay, motion made and second to adjourn the meeting. Vote roll call, Randy?
Aye.
Greg?
Aye.
All right, and I guess you're a voting member too?
Yeah, aye.
Okay. 4-0.
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
Give me a copy of that policy that we have.
All
Yeah,
right,
that way-
fellas, don't forget to sign.
Okay,
Done those.
Don't forget to pay the lady on the way. Oh, wait a minute,
That's a
Good
different.
thing.
that's.
Oh, you guys signed too,
I
sorry.
got
I'm
some, I
sorry.
guess we'll just, Tom's done signing this.
I thought you had them over there because you signed them already, that's all.
No.